So first, frame processing. Okay.
So if you see here, okay, so frames are having different type of address, right? What are there are four categories of addresses available. So first is private address, so you can find the range also with that. Then generated is there, then
Yeah, if you
multicast
look at
address
that
and
private address, there are 256 locations, right? Okay, then if it is a wireless USB application, we may use from 0 to 127, we will use it as a normal USB device address.
okay,
From 128 to 255, we'll use it as unauthenticated address range like that. Okay. Then second one is,
generated.
yeah,
Then you can say multicast and then broadcast address.
yeah. So what is the example for multicast? So we can say MMC and all multicast, right?
Okay.
Broadcast, backend frame and all broadcast, right?
Right, right.
Okay. So these are all general four types of
Um,
address
address
range.
types and ranges are there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now coming to the next point. So coming to the next, a device shall associate a device address or either of either type private or type generated with its local MAC sublayer. Okay. So a device that use a null EUI48 shall use a private device address.
Okay. So we have seen that null EUI48, right?
Right.
So yeah, if the device is sending UI
Okay.
as a 48, I mean if you take backend frame and all, there you may get this kind of UI48, right? Null EUI means all the bits will be set to 1, right?
Okay.
If he is receiving these kind of things,
Okay. Right.
so it will use it as a private device address. If your device uses a generated device address, it shall select the device address from generated device address range at random with equal probability and should ensure that the generated value is unique among all the devices in its extended backend group. So uniqueness is important, right? So
Right.
even if you have so many address ranges, you have to select only one address and you have to assign it for a particular device,
Okay.
right? Then the selection and conflicts resolution for private address is out of scope of this standard.
Okay.
In all frames transmitted, a device shall set the source address field to its own device address.
Okay.
Okay, and in unicast frame, the destination field is set to the device address of the recipient. In the case of multicast frames, the destination field shall be set to an address from the multicast device address range. In a broadcast frame, device address field shall set to the broadcast device address. Are you getting this one?
Yeah, yeah. So different ranges they are telling the
Yeah.
between which we have to
For all
select
these
the
kinds of
device address.
generated, multicast, broadcast, for all these things, the source address will be same. Okay,
Right.
and the destination address may differ based on the it will choose those address from this range, right?
Right. So a device shall not transmit frame address to the recipient with a private device address at any time outside a private reservation. So what they're trying to say is, so when a device is transmitting some frames, okay, so it should not transmit any address outside from its when it is in private when it is outside the private reservation.
Okay.
So a device with private device address shall not transmit non-backend frames outside the private reservation.
Right.
Okay.
So we have seen frame addresses, right?
Right.
This address range and all. Now we are going to see about the address device address conflicts.
Okay.
So generally, it's related to
Generated device address.
a device with a generated device address shall recognize its device address is in conflict if any of the following condition occurs.
Okay.
So when it will conclude that the generated device address is conflict means if any one of these two situations is occur.
Okay.
So first situation is
It receive a MAC header in which the source address is same as its own device address.
look at this.
So this is a scenario where you can say that there is a conflict. Second is it receive a backend frame in which the BPOIE contains a device address that is same as its own but corresponds to backend slot in which the device did not transmit a backend and was not in hibernation mode. So what they're trying to say is like in backend period information element is there, right? In that
Right.
one device address field is there.
Yeah.
If that device address fields is
Same as one.
its own
First
field,
thing.
then in that case you will find some of the conflicts, device address conflicts.
So these are all the two situations where the device will find itself in a conflict mode, right? Okay.
Coming to the next point, that
Frame
is
reception.
frame receptions. Okay, so what they are trying to say in frame reception is like when you are going to receive the frame. Okay, so first what you have to see, so first you have to come with HCS. Okay,
Yeah, it has to calculate FCS, HCS and all. Right.
so
If HCS is okay, means it will conclude that the header is okay.
right,
If FCS is okay, means it will conclude that the MAC frame payload,
right,
that is okay, right?
okay,
Okay. So and it indicates a protocol version is supported by the device, that is also okay.
right. So
Okay.
actually they are
So who
giving
will,
the
yeah.
priority. They are checking whether if it is HCS is valid, then only they are going to receive the frame.
Right.
Next they are checking protocol version. If it is there, then only they are going to receive. If protocol version is right, then they will check FCS.
But we know that HCS is validated by
5.
5. Okay. Then it will send that status of that HCS to the MAC side. Okay.
Coming to the next topic, that is frame transaction. Okay, so what they are trying to say in frame transaction? A frame transaction consists of an optional RTS and CTS. Okay, frame exchange.
Okay. We know that what is RTS, request to
Send.
change.
Request to
Send.
send and clear to send.
Yeah.
Okay, frame exchange. So this is an optional field, but okay, a single frame and associated acknowledgement frame if requested by the ACK policies. Okay, you see the diagram. Okay.
Yeah.
So at the top you will see frame transmitted by the source devices. So source device will transmit these frames, and below that line you will say frames transmitted by the recipient devices.
First,
So
the source device is sending request to send.
right. So then recipient device is sending CTS, clear to send. Okay. So next your source